Thank you for tuning in to Watch Sixto. My name's Sixto. Today is the review on this watch that was lent into me by Ross Gallen. This is courtesy of Delma watches. They've been in the business for almost 100 years, which is an outstanding feat on its own. There's so many watch companies out there that have crumbled because of the 70s due to the courts. This is the Shell Star Titanium. This is actually the first time I actually heard of the company. There's so many watches out there, like there is micro brands. But the crazy part is that they made a heck of an outstanding watch for, brace yourself, this one is going for $1,890 US, and they have a quartz version that is roughly between the $600 to almost $900, give or take, running on, I think they were on Swiss movements, but I'll upload, or I'll leave a link to the website in the description below. So if you are indeed looking for a diver watch that could take you, 500 meters, so up to 16,000 or 1,600 feet of water resistance, yeah, or 1,650 feet, as you can see on the blue dial. This will be the watch for you. Or you could probably buy an Omega, maybe. But anywho, this watch, honestly, I had it on for pretty much a solid week at home. I didn't take this watch outside, not like some of the other watches, because this watch, I'm not a baby the bejesus out of this one, because it's not mine. I don't want to spend what would it be, like, what, $1,200 for this watch? Not coming out of my pocketbook, so no. I keep these most expensive watches in the house, wearing them around. Like the other ones, the sub 200 and up, I have no problem with that. But when we're in the thousands of dollars, nope. I'm staying in house, because it's not mine. If I bought it, it'll be a whole different story, but I digress. It's a titanium watch and a wrist check. I am wearing my titanium Casio Pro Trek. Like, the other way you could tell this one is on your wrist, because the head is most of the weight, because obviously you gotta compensate for the what is it, the Swiss, the Salida SW200 movement, which we know where you could hack it, hand wind it, 38-hour power reserve, 26 joules, 28,800 beats, 4 hertz, plus or minus 20 seconds a day, depends on the movement, on when it's calibrated, and so on and so forth. So this is honestly, I don't always say that the watches are good or bad, but 9 times out of 10 I will let you know that the watch is worth you checking out, and this one makes no difference, because this guy that has pretty decent lume. I'll upload a video of it. I'll splice in somewhere at this time or a little bit later. The lume, it is on they have a BGW9 on the bezel and the C3 Luminova on the indices and on the hands, so you can see the separations of the lume. Since this is a review watch that's been handed down to so many other reviewers, the bezel is finicky. I could rotate it, but up to a certain point, like right here, it gets stuck. Don't know, because it could be it's a titanium case, and the shroud got stuck in there. So I ran it under warm water, like what I do with my other dive style bezels. So the warm water could hopefully flush everything out, but didn't work with this one. Before I get too carried away, I do the re-measurements. From lug to lug, I had it at a 56 on the dot. I did several measurements. The bezel is a 40 millimeter. From the 8 and the 2 o'clock, I have it at a 44.3. And from the 9 to the end of the crown at the 3, spot on 45. What was it? 13.7 millimeter thickness. 22 lug width, so you could have multiple strap chains, whatever you prefer. If you want to put on the leather, can. If you want to spruce it up with a black silicone band, like Mia, if I can get it to stay, change up the look. Or if you want to keep it a little, the theme with the blue, and you could blue it up. See, that's what's cool about watches. If you buy a watch that you're always gonna be wearing, you can always spruce it up with a nice strap, silicone, leather, or a different bracelet, beads of rice, so on and so forth. That's always the fun part with watches. Oh yeah, got my diamond selector. Let's see what we get. They say they have a sapphire coated with some AR coating. That's the front, and let's see what we have in the back side. There we read a little bit, not a whole lot. So I'm gonna call the backside a mineral, or yeah, I'll call it a mineral glass. Literally screwed a case back where you can see all the info. Limited edition, water resistance, 50 atmosphere, Swiss made, and they have the or could be the model number, and this is a serial number of 65 out of 500, 499, titanium, sapphire crystal. So these are a limited batch. I'm on the fence with the limited edition, because they 9 times out of 10 they try to sell you on the fact that they say it's limited, which, you know, 9 times out of 10, like, you know, Seiko, Omega, they always say it's a limited run, but they always bring it back the following year. So that has, for me at least, that has literally worn its welcome out. When I see a limited edition, I would prefer if they would take that off the back, just have the watch as out. And if we get to the spot where, you know, when somebody wants to buy it and they can't because, you know, we missed the boat 9 times out of 10, that happens to me, I don't go with the whole FOMO, the fear of missing out. Sorry, I had to reset the bezel, make sure none of my viewers are OCD and trip out on it. Seeing it, it's not at the 12 o'clock position, but there it is. Oh, and I forgot to mention the crown. It is signed. I took out 2 links to fit my wrist, and they have a little micro adjust. 2 more to play with. Dual pushers, their names stamped with, and the micro rotor is custom made for that as well. The gold plated rotor, I'm calling it. It would have been cool if they would have put a quick release on the titanium bracelet, but either yeah, at least they gave you a pretty decent size of a hole so you could get your spring bar remover. So all in all, for literally $1,900, it's a great watch. If you are in the diver phase and you want something completely different, I have not seen any dive watches with this kind of design to it, or almost, especially down here from this angle, it kind of almost gives it the curvature look with the way that they made the case back. But let me know what you guys think. Would this be on your radar? Have you guys ever heard of them? For me personally, this is my first time seeing it in person and doing a little research on them. They've been around for almost 100 years, which says a lot, and also informs me that there is a lot of watch companies out there that managed to survive the quartz crisis, and there's more to look for too. It's like the micro brand, how there's so many watch companies out there that are popping up out of the woodwork. So let me know what you guys think about the watch, and sorry for the long-winded part. Until the next one, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Bye.